welcome everyone, and thank you so much, Tech Webinar Nepal, for organizing such a wonderful event so that we can learn so many things about these pandemics and other facts that we need to understand, not only for this pandemic situation, but also for the general informations as well. So let me quickly start my presentation. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how we can stay fit physically and mentally, and especially this is for the theme of IT professionals, which includes developers and other stakeholders in the IT arena. Um, so this is a bit information about me. I'm Mukesh Singh. I'm currently associated with Kotibiti Nepal, which was formerly known as Versin Technologies. I have uh, 15 years of experience in different multinational companies. I am associated with different, um, what do you call that, uh, communities. So few of them are Atlassian community, Agile Nepal, and Management 3.0, and Management 3.0 facilitators. I am Agile certified leadership. I have done many of Agile things. I'm safe practitioners as well. So yeah, so that's pretty much about me. Let me get into the topic quickly. So this is what our day looks like usually, even especially for these pandemic situations. What we do, we sleep, we eat heavy foods, we wake up uh, late at night, and we do lots of stuffs. We come back from home and we watch lots of TV in our leisure time. So this is a kind of our specifically for the IT professionals. So moving further, I would like to define what is health. So we say we are alive, we are human being, we have a good health. No. So the health is a state of physical, mental, and social well-being in which the diseases and infirmities are absent, which means when we are healthy, we are uh, good with our physical and mental health. So the health is comprises of three things: physical, social, mental, and emotional. So this is all made the health. So the quick introduction of physical health. Physical health is a condition of your body which uh, define how well-being we are, how critical our health is, and what is our lifestyle, which includes diet and level of physical activities and how we behave. So the second one is social health. Social health is commonly is ability to form meaningful relationship with other people in the societies. So that gives us uh, adaptation to different social situations and experiences of sense of belonging to all the society that we belongs to and what we are contributing to the society. The third one is mental health, which includes the emotional, psychological, and social well-beings. It affects how we think, what we feel, and what others feel when we act something, and that determines how we handle the stress related to others and make the choices. And let's I'm moving to another topic. So what we need to change in order to maintain all these three aspects that we just discussed. So the couple of things, couple of questions I will start with. So what kind of changes we might need to change? So that could be help me to balance my life and bring my thoughts in order. The secondly, who do they depend on? So obviously everything depends on me and each individual, how you decide or I decide, and what could be the action. The third one is how can I cause them? So that is by following the next action items. What could be my next action item so that I could get better for all these three aspects. So let me take you with one of the survey that was held in 2016 in US. Nearly 1 out of 5 people, especially adults over 18 years old, working professionals, 71% of adults reported at least one symptom of stress, such as headache, feeling overwhelmed, or anxious. The causes that has many people with mental health disorders also need cares for other physical health conditions, including uh, heart diseases, diabetes, respiration illness, and the disorders could be mental, could be bone, could be muscles, and could be joints. So these were encountered during the survey, and that definitely causes lots of cost for treating the people, those who are having the mental and health disorders. So a tentative price was 37.6 billion to 67.8 billion per year to overcome this problem. So let's talk about the solution. Uh, Before moving to the solution, that definitely affect on the business and the employees as well. So what is the problem with the employees? So employees are having poor mental health and stress that can be negatively affect the employees' job performance, engagement with the work, communications with the co-workers, and physical capabilities and daily functioning. So these are the kind of effects that an individual is having. The second one is mental illness. It's such a depression which is associated with the higher rates of disability and unemployment. So that causes the depression, which reduces the cognitive performance. And the survey says 35% of the time, 35% of the performance has been decreased with such kind of issues. So what could be the solution? The solution could be that most of the US companies, US employers are having is communication structures are already in place. Programs and policies can come from the central team, so they have especially dedicated department that will go with the policies and come across other social support kind of things and offers incentives for the uh, healthy behaviors. Employers can collect their data track. I mean, they are provided with some kind of equipments or devices so that they can track their daily progress and the health conditions to avoid such kind of situations from their employees. And uh, other solutions that employers are having is they are having the mental assessment time to time. They're educating and providing classes for different kind of activities. They are providing trainings. They are supporting to relax and de-stress. They're providing lots of PTOs they can take and they can relax with their families, timely communications, health insurance, and so forth. So these are the solutions provided by the employers. So for a personal level, what would be the thing that we can do? So as an individual, what we suggest or what we need to do is we need to add some physical exercises, because the physical exercises is very much uh, appropriate for the people, those who are working from desks. So especially for the skilled persons, they are staying lots of time, they are spending lots of their time sitting on the chair. So it is advised that go out from your chair, add some cardios, add some yoga either in the evening, in the morning time, so that you can have your good aware about your physical health. And next thing is hike, go for outdoors, enjoy the natures, get escape from the cities and offices. So that could be second aspect of it, which comes under physical. The second thing is we need to be very much cautious about the diet that we do. So we need to have low carb diets. So which is the foremost thing, that we are sitting mostly on the table, on the chair. We have a desk job, so we need to very much cautious about diets. Which so it is advised that let's reduce the carbohydrates, because eating them increases the sugar level in our body, and sugar gives energy. But uh, at other side, it's processed by our bodies just too quickly, and the body regulates it by injecting insulin to the body. and that removes the sugar from the blood and makes us sleepy very quickly. So the developers or any IT professionals cannot be productive, which require a nap during the working day hours. So these are some examples of healthy foods that we need to add in our daily routine. So the next thing is our earlier speakers also suggested that it is very much highly recommended and it is worth to add some kind of mindfulness which comes from yoga, some kind of meditations. So as I said in earlier slide as also, let's add some yoga in your daily routine. So meditation is very much useful for our mindfulness, which observe wandering thoughts as they drift through the mind. So yoga and meditations give you instant result. So when you do yoga, you will immediately get the result. It will uh, give you tendency to quickly judge or experience good or bad, pleasant or unpleasant, and it develops inner balances as well. So the next thing was suggested that you need to add some breathing techniques. So breathing techniques also get rid of stress, anxieties, and it makes you focused on whatever you are doing. So there are lots of yoga and pranayams. So even I'm doing lots of uh, life. Uh, exactly. I'm doing some pranayam in the morning. I'm doing some Bhastrika, some other kind of breathing techniques that will really help us to get rid of even in that kind of pandemic and even in the normal time as well. So, and the lastly, for mindfulness, we can add good sleep. So let's add at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep, which should be very much sound. So moving further, as a programmer or as an IT professional, we are focused only on our industry specific things. So this is not only the things that we need to do. So let's put something extra. Let's participate in some other activities, like you can add some hobbies, non-IT, non-programming, or non-related to our job that we are doing on daily basis. So pick some new skills that will really gives you happiness. Connect with the social networks, connect with the community, different kind of communities, participate as a speakers, participate in different topics, and then involve in some other sports activities that will relax your mind and gives energize to your body. And this is what it's suggested by Management 3.0 as well. So there are 12 steps of happiness. So this start from the thanking to everyone to whom you are working with, even for the small help, even for the small suggestions, or even for the anything. So experience new thing, try new things, let people run all kind of experiments, go for hike, do some meditations, socialize yourself, have an aim, get people understand, realize their own purpose, keep smiling. That will definitely make your day and make others as well. So have good rest, exercise well, eat well, and help others, give something to others, and in return you will get something from others as well. So lastly, what we can take away from this session is you need to care for your personal, you need to care for your families, you need to care for your professionals and social well-beings, because ultimately everything that we do is because we are physically fit, we have a good mental state, and being a happy human. So these are the only things that we need to perform either the personal life, the family life, the professional life, and so forth. So with this, I'd like to conclude, and I'd like to thanks Tech Webinar Nepal and everyone who are listening to this event. Thank you very much. Have good evening.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mukesh, sir. Sir, can you say something about the depression? So lots of people are facing the depression, just staying in the home. So some point on that.
Definitely, yeah. So depression is something, especially in this kind of pandemic situations when you don't walk away from your home, you don't have friends to talk with, right? And these kind of situations, as our earlier speaker suggested, that in these kind of situations it is obvious that we need to go into panic situations that creates depression. So I will suggest, even I'm doing, I'm not untouched from this situation. So what I'm doing is I'm having some kind of, participating in the sports activities. I'm playing badminton, I'm playing other stuffs, maintaining the social distance as well, and doing yoga and pranayam is really helping me. So I'll suggest everyone to please go with yoga and some breathing techniques. You can find plenty of videos over YouTube. You will find the uh, breathing techniques. So I'll suggest that.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And sir, how is the working situation? Means working remotely. How are you managing the teams? So can you say something about this?
Yeah, it's very interesting question. So this is the topic that every single events we are joining, this is the most obvious questions that we are having. So even the earlier speaker says in Europe they are all 100% remote. Even in Nepal as well, we are supporting, and we are very much fortunate, and we are very much thankful to our clients and our partners who believe in us, and we are providing them the same kind of productivity, the same kind of support that we can do. And even working in a co-TPT, we can say we are tentatively 400 people, and we are 100% remote. And definitely it's not like how we do on a office premises, but it's we might need lots of effort coordinating with the team members. So we need to be very much collaborative, very much communicative, and having one-on-one session with each of our team members, so that they could not diverted, they could not get lots of depressions and lots of effects with these situations. So we need to be very much closely uh, in collaboration with that, in very much coordination with them. So the coordination is the most important thing that we need to uh, focus on these kind of situations.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So just one question I want to ask you. So this is out of topic. So that is mainly on hiring process. So now mostly the company are hiring remotely. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And one thing is the trust factor. So you don't know the guy. You just see his or her CV. And
Mhm.
how do you manage that the individual is right candidate or not?
Yeah, well, so what we do is in the office premises, we do the same process. We screen the resume, we call the people for a face-to-face interview, and that is simply replaced by the video conferencing. So now what we're doing is, instead of calling the participant, calling the candidate on premises, we have just uh, changed to the video conferencing. So we are doing, and it's kind of good experience though. So I cannot say there was some kind of problem or anything as such. So even in my team, I have had 4 or 5 people within these 3-4 months of time. So it was, I don't say there was any question of trust, because the only thing is changed from physical to virtual. That's it.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your wonderful presentation.